When you study behavioural science and the criminal element and the area that contains the really screwed up ones, the serial killers and the freaks, I think it is out of it that the psychopath starts its cravings to kill when they're so young. And it's out of it to think that these things that feed on our species, the old human being, that these things feel that not feeling in their adolescence. And that for the majority of them, they have that craving and keep it hidden so we can't see them. So they can grow up and get smart on killing us and getting away with it. And this episode, this interrogation, this DC, isn't one of those that grew up and started hunting and hurting us. This DC isn't one of them at all. In fact, what happens in court shows you how this DC never grew up and got a brain, even for a gifted, whatever that is. This freak caved to the crave real early. He was 14 and took what we would call his best friend and what he would call his nothing, life. Killed a little boy, wanted to kill two but managed to kill one. Poor little Jaime Goff. And when there is ever a case where a defence lawyer says he didn't know what he was doing, he was only a kid, then this would be the interview to show them why it is that just a kid can be a psychopath. It's just that they are really, really dumb ones. So let's go take a look at an interview which would screw up some defence lawyer's day if they ever said that their client was far too young to be a psychopath and that there is still hope for them left. And I'll just put a little shout out here to explore with us, for I borrowed their interview on their episode on their channel, which I'll put a link to in the description. So, hi-ho, hi-ho. Now let's go look at this psycho.
Ready?
Yeah.
Please raise your right hand when I swear you in. Alright. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, the help you God?
Yes, I do. When you talk clearly so that Ms. Renee can understand you. Okay? For the record, could you please state your name?
Michael Hernandez.
Mike, what's your birth date?
February 2nd, 1990.
Happy birthday. Thank you. So you just turned 14?
Yes, I did.
Very good. And what grade are you in?
I'm in the 8th grade.
What school do you go to?
Southwood Middle School.
And are you in any special classes or anything? Any honors classes?
I'm in gifted. All my classes are gifted except for my electives.
Very good. You can read and write the English language, correct?
Yes, I can.
And what are your grades in school, Mike?
A's and B's.
Do you know an individual by the name of Jaime or Jamie Goff?
Yes, I do.
How do you know Jamie?
We've been friends since the 7th grade.
And for the record, Jamie is the victim in this case. How old is Jamie?
14.
And you're 14 also?
Yes.
How much older is he than you?
I'd say about 4 months. Let's see. 4 months. Almost 4. It would take a few days.
Okay. And what time did you get to school?
8:25, or a little after, between 8 and 9:30.
And when you arrived at school, where did you go to?
I went to the fence on the outside of the parking lot, north of the parking lot.
And why is that?
That's just where me and some other people would just hang out.
And this would be before class?
Yes, before class.
And who were the people that you would hang out with in the morning?
Most of the time it'd be with Jamie Goff, Andre Martin, and myself. And sometimes there were some other people, but they didn't hang out with us. They just were there.
Okay. Today,
Yes.
who did you meet at the fence?
I met Jamie Goff.
And how did Jamie seem this morning?
He seemed like he normal hall, like he does every morning.
Did you make any suggestions to Jamie that you and him go into the school early this morning?
Yes, I did.
And About what time was that you suggested the both of you go inside?
A little after 8:30, maybe like 8:31 or 35, between those times.
What time does school open and are students allowed inside the school?
8:50.
Did Jamie agree to your suggestion to go inside when you made that to him?
We had to make a deal first because he didn't want to get in trouble because we've gotten in trouble on previous times when we've attempted to go up there.
And why did you get in trouble for attempting to go inside the school?
Because it's too early and we shouldn't be walking around upstairs.
I see. Why did you make the suggestion to Jamie to go inside the school today?
I was planning to murder him.
Do you know why you were going to do this?
No, I don't.
Now, what was your plan? How were you going to accomplish this?
I was going to get him into the stall, the last stall, because it's the biggest, so I'd have more room.
Now, this is in a restroom?
This is the restroom.
On which floor?
2nd floor.
Okay, and it's the male restroom?
Yes, it is.
Where is it near?
It is near the media center and the gifted U.S. history class.
Okay. And once you brought or got Jamie in there, how are you going to bring him or lure him into the restroom?
We usually go to the restroom after we get upstairs so we don't get caught by security.
Okay.
And so I knew that was going to work. I got him into the stall by saying, look, I have something to show you. So I got him into the stall and I told him to turn around because I wanted it to be a surprise. Before that, I put on the gloves. He saw me put on the gloves and I said,
Oh, you're going too fast.
And I said, I like them because they're comfortable.
Now, you also said that you put on gloves. What kind of gloves were these?
They were latex gloves.
Where did you get them from?
My mother purchased them at Walgreens the previous night.
Why did she purchase these? Was that at your request?
It was at my request because I said that I needed them for extra credit for my science class.
Now, you and him are already in the stall, correct?
Yes.
Did he go into the stall first?
Yes.
Did you follow him?
Yes, I did.
Did you close the stall door?
Yes, I did.
Now, what transpired next?
Okay. I was talking to him and I told him, all right, now I have to put my hand over your mouth.
Okay.
And so I did, and I lifted his neck up.
Now, was he facing you or was he away from
He
you?
was away from me.
Did you put your hand over his mouth?
Yes, I did.
And which hand did you use to put over his mouth?
My left hand.
Once you did that, what happened next?
I had already before I put my hand over his mouth, I already put my knife out. So the blade was already out.
Now, where had you kept this blade?
I had kept it in my jacket pocket.
And what color jacket did you have on today?
I had a red jacket.
Now, is this the same clothing that you're wearing?
Yes.
And what did you do next?
I took the knife out and I proceeded to slit his throat.
Now, do you remember in which direction you slit his throat?
Left to right.
Did Jamie say or do anything? Did he put up a struggle?
Yes, he did. He turned around after I did that. He asked me not to kill him. So I told him, okay, I'm not going to if you cooperate.
Okay.
Which was a lie.
Right.
And so I realized that the stall door was open, so I locked it.
Yes.
And then I turned him around again and proceeded to stab him.
And where did you stab him, Mike?
I'm not positively sure, but I'm guessing around the jugular vein right around here. That's
Okay.
what I was aiming for.
Did you stab him anywhere else on his body?
Just basically the back of the neck, all through the neck.
Okay.
And once in the temple, and I think I sliced him here.
And that would be on the left side of his face?
Yes, the left side of the face.
Now, after you did that, what happened?
I took my gloves off and I flushed them down the toilet.
Okay.
Okay. I left and I went to go clean myself off. People were coming in, and so I left that bathroom and went to the other one downstairs.
Okay, let me stop you here. After you stabbed him, did Jamie fall to the commode or to the toilet?
No, he did not. He was already positioned where he was found. I put his head under there to stop him from gasping for air.
Okay.
So it would close it up. And
Oh, I see. Okay,
stop
now,
making noise.
I'm sorry?
So he would stop making noise.
Okay. Now, how did you know he was dead?
I made sure by taking my knife, the point of my knife, and poking him in the face.
All
And I
right.
checked his eyes also. And they were motionless.
Okay. Now, when he fell, was he on his front, or was he on his side, or on his back? Do you remember?
He was on his front,
Okay.
faced at a kind of diagonal thing.
Yes.
There was blood coming from his mouth
Mm-hmm.
to the right of the toilet. And I guess there might have been blood in the toilet. And there was
Okay.
blood on the walls.
All right. What did you do with the knife and the jacket?
I put the knife was broken because of the stab wounds, and I couldn't close it back. So I closed it as much as I could, and I put it in my jacket pocket.
Okay.
I proceeded to go to the sink, and I wiped some of the blood off the jacket, took the jacket off. No, I did
Slow
not.
down.
Oh,
It was at my request because I said that I needed it for extra credit for my science class. I took the knife out, and I proceeded to slit his throat. I did not take the jacket off at that point. I just wet it to get the blood off.
okay.
I proceeded to go downstairs to the other bathroom on the first floor. I then wiped myself off with all the stuff off my face and the stuff off my jacket. Then I took the jacket off and put it in my book.
Now, you said that you had flushed some gloves
Yes.
down the toilet.
There were two. I flushed 2 gloves.
2 gloves. How many pair of gloves did you have?
I had 2 pair, 4 gloves in all.
Where did you keep the other pair of gloves?
In the jacket pocket where I kept the knife.
All right. Now, before you gloved up this morning in the bathroom, did you remove any of your jewelry?
I removed my rings because they would have cut through the latex glove.
Okay. Did anything unusual, or did you notice anything unusual when you put your hand in your jacket pocket after the incident?
Yes, one of my rings was missing.
And which ring was that?
It was the ring on my right ring finger.
So, what did you do?
I went back upstairs to find the ring. There was a witness there saying that someone was in that stall. I went to go look, having known what was there. And I saw my ring and picked it up and then left.
Okay. Had you gone up there actually to check to see if Jamie was okay?
No, I did not.
It was strictly to check on your ring.
My ring, yes.
And why did you want to recover your ring?
Because I value my jewelry.
Okay. Do people know that you wear that type of
Yes.
ring?
Yes, many people know I wear this type of jewelry.
Could someone have identified you because of the lost ring?
Yes, they could have identified this ring, definitely.
Okay. When you went back upstairs to go back or into the bathroom to look for your ring,
Yes.
who is the individual that told you someone was in the stall?
I'm not sure of his name.
Had you had planned to do this to Jamie?
Yes, I did.
How long have you had this plan?
A little under a week.
And is there any specific reason why you planned this?
No, there's not.
Why did you choose Jamie, your friend?
He was the easiest out of anybody because he would have followed me because we're such good friends. And I knew he would have followed me in there and done what I would have said.
Okay. Now, I asked you about an individual named Andre Martin.
Yes.
Do you know Andre?
Yes, I do.
How old is Andre?
He is 13.
What grade is Andre in?
He's in 8th grade.
Is he a friend of yours?
Yes, he is.
Is he in any of your classes?
No, he's not.
How long have you known Andre?
I have known him since about the 4th or 5th grade.
And I know you told me earlier that usually you and Andre and Jamie hang out
Yes,
At
at the north
the-
part of the parking lot.
at the fence, correct. Calling your attention to yesterday, Monday, your birthday,
My birthday.
did there come a time when you approached Andre with the same type of ruse?
Yeah, yes, there was. We were me, Andre, Jamie, and myself were in the bathroom.
Which bathroom?
We were in the we were in the other bathroom than where the victim was found today.
What were your intentions yesterday?
My intentions yesterday were to kill Andre. The same way that I killed Jamie today, except for the fact that I was going to stab him in the back and stab here, and that would have been it.
Who was this you were going to do it to?
I was going to do this to Andre.
Earlier you told me that you had a belt and you were going to strangle someone.
Yes, I was going to strangle him first, and then after he was dead, I was going to make sure by stabbing him.
Okay, and this was Andre.
This was Andre.
Now, did you lure him into the bathroom yesterday?
Into the bathroom, yes, not the stall.
Okay. And how did you accomplish that?
The bathroom?
Yes.
We were late to class. I told them both that we were going to be late to class. And so we snuck upstairs after the late bell had rung. We got to the bathroom, and I was trying to convince Andre to go into the stall.
Okay. And how were you going to do that?
I told him that I had something to show him.
Okay.
Yes.
And what was his response to that?
His response, he didn't want to do it, so he said no. He's like, why can't Jamie go first? My response then was that he's going to go next.
Okay. Now, did Jamie agree? Did Jamie say, I'll come in, I'll look?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And what did you say at that point?
I said no, he's going to go first.
Okay. And any particular reason why?
I wanted to get Andre killed first before
Okay.
I got Jamie.
All right. Now, when that did not happen yesterday, what did you end up telling Andre and Jamie? Today, before this happened to Jamie, what were your intentions going to be if Andre should have shown up?
I would have talked him into coming to the bathroom with me, coming into the stall. Then I would have proceeded to slit his throat and stab him continuously until he died in the neck area.
Yes.
And then I would have left him there.
Yes.
Then gone back downstairs and talked Jamie into coming upstairs. Lured him into the other bathroom and slit his throat and stabbed him in the neck.
Okay. Now, Mike, where did you get this knife from?
I have a knife collection.
Uh-huh.
I've been collecting knives, and as I said, my dad has a store, and so I asked him for some knives. This was before I was going to do this.
Yes.
And I asked him for some knives. He's like, all right, you can take them. Because I wanted a not switchblade, but like a knife that can come out
I
easily.
think they call them gravity knives. Let me ask you this. Is there any particular reason why you did this to Jamie?
No, there's not.
Did he offend you in any way?
No, he did not.
Did he harm you in any way?
No, he did not.
Mike, you know the difference between right and wrong, correct?
Yes, I do.
Do you think what you did is right or wrong?
No, I don't.
Well, what don't you think?
I think it is neither right, but I don't think it was wrong.
Do you know what you did is wrong?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is this the first time that you have been involved in something like this, Michael?
Yes, it is.
Are you sorry that this happened today?
No, I'm not.
And this was an unprovoked attack on Jamie?
Yes, it was.
Sir, has everything you told me been true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it has.
Have I forced you to give this statement,
No,
sir?
you have not.
Have I treated you gentlemanly?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you have.
Thank you, sir. I have no further questions.
Okay.
It really does put a rein on that defense that psychopaths have to be old. So, how did it all end up? Well, unlike the rest of us, who, when given time to reflect upon one's negative actions, the psychopath, like vampires, doesn't reflect at all. And this is Jaime's father in court addressing DC, doing which of what I leave up to God.
My little boy was my friend too also, in which I raised and loved. And you took his life. Why? Doesn't that hurt you? Don't you care? It hurts. You said you read the Bible. The seventh commandment is don't show that. I'm pretty sure you read that. But you did it. And you hurt a lot of people, but you hurt a lot of people. You hurt me bad. And I hope you find peace. It's up to you now because we have forgiven you.
Like I said, that part, well, those parts, I leave up to God. And right now, you're about to meet the sentencing judge, which is, by all accounts, the closest thing to the God that this thing has. And punishment be thy name.
God tears out a piece of your heart, molds it into a baby, gives it to you, and says, cultivate this. And that's what you did. The penalty for the crimes is life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Michael had the opportunity to speak in court. He declined. In fact, he never showed emotion.
And again, just like the vampire, this thing doesn't reflect at all. So, what happens next? Well, a few years later, the Supreme Court knocks it so that sentencing a juvie to life without needs a second shake. So DC grabs at the opportunity to get out. So in 2016, DC is in court, and by the looks of it, he's reflecting like a mirror.
I had to learn over years how wrong it was, what I did, and how much pain I caused you. How sensitive it was because he was always such a good friend to me.
So full of sorrow, so full of regret, so full of shit. Remember, he's been a psychopath since he was a child. And remember, he's got an episode on this channel, and that's because, as I said at the start, that a child can be a psychopath. It is just that when we get them when they're early, that they stay really, really dumb. So dumb, in fact, that when they get a groupie, like one of those I want to blow a serial killer kind of girls, that DC thinks it's cool to tell her that he's a vampire and reflection isn't his game. And the double dumbness of this psychopath is that he tells that bitch while he's on the prison phones.
But then I was reading that Ed Gein actually inspired the main character for the movie Psycho, and he inspired the Buffalo Bill character out of Silence of the Lambs. That was a crazy. It was funny because he used to dig up bodies and he was making a skin suit. That was a crazy.
One thing I love about your letters, you can tell when you get really excited about something because your handwriting goes down the drain. The other one that I found in there that I was curious about, it says take right eye. Is that literal or figurative?
Oh, no. That was when I was actually going to start being a serial killer. That was going to be my signature.
Oh, okay.
It was to be, I was going to take their right eye and carve a cross into their forehead.
Oh, nice.
You want to get credit for your stuff. The worst thing that would happen is, like, imagine you're a serial killer and you're killing all these people, and someone else gets all the credit. How crappy would that be? Oh, I think I told you last time that because I'm supposed to be going out for my resentencing in August. It just seems like such a needless formality that put me through another psychological interview. I've been interviewed by so many psychologists, psychiatrists over the years. It's ridiculous. And what more do you want from me? My judge, who happens to be a former prosecutor, is totally on the state side, which is really bad. He's a piece of...
Well, why don't you practice your weekend learning how to cry?
Oh, my God. God, man, I may have to stab myself.
Oh, my God.
I try to bring a sharp object to the interview. Do you have something in your hand, Mr. Hernandez? No. Stab. Oh, see, I can cry.
I'm human, I swear. Look at these tears.
When I have life-threatening wounds, I can cry.
And now, well, now just picture that moment where his lawyer, DC's lawyer, first heard this recording. And when DC's lawyer turned around, looked at DC and said, "Hey, DC, you're fucked." And DC says back, No, wait, I know what to do. I'll take the stand and come up with the best excuse ever, and everyone will believe me. And that would be this here.
Talk about some very disturbing things with Brittany.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you talk about serial killers.
Yes, sir.
You talk about violence.
Yes, sir.
Why?
I was very nervous, leading up to talking to her. I never talked to, a female over the phone. So I didn't know what to talk about. My life as being, incarcerated, it's very mundane. So I tried to think about what could I talk about? What could I, fill the conversation up with? And I knew that she, because of the way she reached out to me, and, various things she had said in her letters, that she had an interest.
Oh, shit, that makes complete sense now, DC. Oh, shit, I just feel so foolish. Now what I want you to do is I want you to think about imagine the moment that the prosecutor heard this tape and what the prosecutor had in their mind for how they were going to destroy not just that love story he spun, but any hope of him getting out alive. And that would be this here.
She contacts you because she has a fascination with serial killers. And when she writes you, you tell that she writes you because you're young and she wants to know how your mind works, right?
No, that's not what she wrote to me. She never said it, she never said that at all.
She's fascinated with gore, right?
I think so.
Just like you.
No.
You don't want to admit what you did was wrong, right?
What I did was wrong.
Oh, today you're saying that.
I've said it for a long time.
Did you ever tell your sister Christina while she was on your list?
No, we were told never to discuss the case.
You never told her.
I was following the advice of my attorney.
How about you tell her now? She's sitting in court.
This is gold. What's this? This is pure gold.
I had I love you. And I had absolutely no intent to ever do anything to you. I was mad one day.
It's gold.
And that's all it was. I love you.
A paper clip in there?
No, ma'am.
Got a knife?
No, ma'am.
How'd you muster up those tears?
I feel horrible about what I did.
The remorse you show because you think, quote, the judge is a piece of
It's the same fucking judge. Go.
Right?
No, ma'am, I don't think that.
You said that, though, right?
I did say it, and it was a horrible, stupid thing to say.
What was stupid was you didn't think that I was smart enough to listen to your calls.
And that's what makes Hernandez a DC psychopath. Just a dumbass criminal.
I'm compelled to reach a conclusion that I never wanted to reach. And that conclusion is that the defendant, Michael Hernandez, today is essentially the same kind of person he was in 2004. Accordingly, the court adjudicates the defendant guilty of the first-degree murder of Jamie Goff and sentences him to life in prison.
It's a bummer he won't ever get to see this video.
We start with breaking news today. Michael Hernandez, the man who killed a teenage classmate in the bathroom of Southwood Middle School back in 2004, has died in prison.
Good. And now someone's God can do the forgiving things that gods do. Apparently he died from eating too many pies and getting too much sunlight. So, if you're still here, subscribe to the channel. And please, give this episode a like. And now, why not take a look-see at some of our merch and I. If you know at least 2 of these words, then you should get the language cup. Like, if you guys are here, and you probably still will be, in 12 months, then you definitely will be coming to some important HUIs meetings with us as a team member or a supporter of the Safe Bars project. And in these HUIs are Aotearoans, Kiwis, New Zealanders for the less knowledgeable, and in Aotearoa we speak Aotearoan English. which is the same as American English, UK English, Australian English, and that is that the English that the people speak in these countries, our countries, it's English with words which have been changed to or replaced with words that the people of that country use. Like, it's not slang words or abbreviations, but actual words and their meanings. Now, most countries have about 20 of these words that make up their English. These words in Aotearoa English, a lot of them just happen to be Māori words, and they're beautiful words with beautiful meanings. Aotearoa English, I love it. And by the time we get to these hui's, my role as a team leader and project manager is to make sure that you, as a team member or a supporter, know every word that we say from both sides of the table. And how I'm going to do that is through the Language Cup. 20 everyday commonplace words that we are going to learn and teach. The Language Cup. Every time you drink coffee alone, you're a student, but anytime you drink coffee around people, you're now a tutor, and anyone around you will learn from you. Every time you drink from the Language Cup, Aotearoa English lesson is being taught. Every time you drink from the Language Cup, a lesson in Aotearoa English is being taught. We as a species learn faster when we learn together. That's a very big principle of the universe. And that is one of the most beautiful things I aroha about our species, together. So make sure you grab yourself a lesson or two and start learning and teaching today. The Language Cup.